It was a time of darkness. It was a time of fear. Betrayed by the humans we were sworn to protect. Frozen in plastic for 1,000 years.
Come on!
What are you doing?
He's gonna turn into stone.
Who's gonna turn into stone?
Goliath, the gargoyle!
It's a toy. It's not gonna turn into anything. What? Stop.
You gotta believe!
Idiots.
Come on.
Welcome back, fellow collectors, to A&R, where we talk figures, movies, games, shows, and everything in between. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe because we are doing monthly giveaways, and this month we have an Amazon gift card to give away. Today we have Goliath from one of the best, most underrated 90s cartoons, Gargoyles. All right, so believe it or not, there hasn't been any gargoyle figures since the 90s, which if you ask me is pretty ridiculous. But thank God we have NECA and their amazing team to change that. You know, this isn't a figure we asked for, but we got it and we couldn't be any more excited. I'm a big fan of NECA. They do amazing work. I have their horror figures, their dedication to the characters, and attention to detail. Check out the recent review of our last addition to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I love that line. All right, so I am excited to open this up. You know, it's my childhood, all in one box. And with the leaks from NECA that we're getting Demona, Bronx, and Hudson, I'm gonna have to create more space in my collection. All right, so we are gonna take a look at the box. This is amazing. It's huge, it's movie poster size, so you're probably gonna have a couple hooks hanging it on your wall if you're an inbox collector. So let's go around the box and take a look. The front, we got the classic, almost classic, but you got that visual of Goliath. Side of the box, we have an image of Goliath with the screaming head sculpt. Come on, you gotta love it. We have the back, we have the little write-up that we get, another amazing visual. How do you inbox collectors not want to open this with this image? Lots of props to you guys. And then here we have an entirely new visual with the different head sculpts. So if you are inbox, you get to display both. Why don't we open it up and take a look? Like I said, we were gonna open the box and I'm just gonna give you a little tease. So Velcro, as always, known for NECA. Seriously, look at that. I kind of want two of these now. So as you can see, we got a nice open window. We can see everything. We see all the details. We see all the accessories. You guys seen that? Do you want it? You're gonna want it after this. So yeah, now let's open it. I got my costume for next Halloween. Okay, step one, picture the animated Goliath. You got that in your head? Perfect. Now dial that up to 11, maybe even 15. This figure is Goliath, period. It's like the animated version, but better. So the Disney cartoon was simplistic. That doesn't mean bad, but as you can see from the images, it had very minor detail, little to no muscle definition and animation. It was to make it easier for animators for a more fluid look to the animation. NECA had the freedom to take this animated look and transition it to somewhat realistic design. To be fair, some people may not like this figure. If you want a super simple, screen accurate Goliath, like the Toon Turtles, this figure might not be for you. But if you're a big fan, I'm sure you're gonna find love for it. I'm still in awe, and you know, looking at all the fine details, you know, he's got veins, his skin tone and the shading on this looks amazing, you know, right down to the claw details. So starting from the top, we're gonna look at his face, look at the details around his eyes. They're wide, they're open, such great detail around that. And then the hair sculpt, you got the profile view, it's exactly like the animation. And when you get to the back, it's got some really good sculpt work in there. You get that detail where in the cartoon, it was all smooth. So again, this is NECA. We're getting more detail for our buck. Going on to the torso area, again, we got some smooth pecs going on. If you painted the hair blonde, he'd look like Fabio. Custom, you're welcome. We get down to the loincloth. You know what? Fabio done it, so you know, I touched it, we went there. The loincloth detail looks like real leather. And we got really good detail even on the belt buckle. The gold paint is actually really nice as well. It looks like gold. It looks metal. It's not that tacky molded gold plastic that we've seen so many times before. Onto the legs. Okay, so obviously he doesn't have human legs, feet, and I can't be more excited about the detail and the ingenuity NECA has done with this figure. He's standing perfectly well on his own without sacrificing details. You know, that's what we as collectors love. So down to the clawed feet, even the nails, like there's such separation in this figure. You know, it's not just, it is all molded plastic, but you see a separation between the two. So in my books, this is A+. NECA always knocks it out. The back of the feet, he's got that back claw, you know, when he grips onto the edge of the buildings. Come on, when he's posing to get turned back into a statue. All right, and as we know, NECA, we got this highly detailed figure. One thing that we didn't see in the animation, it was all one solid color with their skin tone. So as NECA gives us, it's detail. And it's within the same purple, but there's a bit of shading going on in the toenails as well as the hands. It's those small little details that we love. As you know, for NECA, the plastic can be a little bit rigid, joints can be stiff, you know, and sometimes you have to use a blow dryer or hot water bath to heat it up. Me, it's a shot of vodka. Back to the figure, the head joint is a ball joint. You can move it down. Well, damn. So you can actually get his head down that far. So if you wanted to create a scene where he's posing on top of a building roof, he can look down. Looking up, it is gonna be hindered because of the hair, but the good thing about the hair is it is soft, so there is some flexibility, but it only goes back that far. Side, side, and yes, it can go all the way around. So one thing that's hit me, and it's kind of a big deal for me, no butterfly joints. You know, we got this Goliath of a character, you know, he gets in amazing poses where he's attacking the enemies or his wingspan is out. You know, you want to have that range. We're not getting that range without the butterfly joint. So in my case, it's a big deal. Maybe not for you, but it would have been a nice feature to see. It does come out this far. It does go forward. And it does go all the way back, and it does go all the way around, which is great. We got double jointed elbows, which move really well. Bicep swivel, and We do have a arm swivel with the wrist joint back and forth when he's taking out the enemies with his claws. Meow. So onto the torso, we do got a swivel. I'm sorry to say, he does turn, but you do, again, I left my hair dryer at home. My hair is already done. You're gonna wanna heat them up just to make sure you're making use of the swivel joint. He doesn't go too far forward. That's as far as I can get him. You know, come on, he's in crouch poses. How can you do that without the butterfly joint or a torso? We don't have any thigh cut swivel. We do get forward that far, back. Looks like he's ice skating. So we get the leg moving out that far to the side. He doesn't have a thigh swivel, but he does have a single jointed knee with a swivel in there. So you can get interesting poses. And the reason why we don't have double jointed, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but what would be the point? Because his thigh muscle is so big, he could probably crack a pumpkin open with it, you know, but it does have good range, you know, single jointed and it goes back that far. I think we're good. Ankle wise, we do have a swivel joint, so you can move his foot that far down, that far up, and it does have ankle pivot. Toe articulation, we do got some good motion in there. It does go down pretty far, but for going up, let's just hold that there. That's as far as it goes. All right, our favorite part of opening up a brand new figure we've been waiting for, accessories. So we're gonna start off with the Red Hot Chili Pepper. No, just kidding, it's green. But who hasn't listened to them? So we all know gargoyles love spicy food. And now we get this little book detail. We know Goliath is a reader, so NECA has given us a little accessory piece. Great detail, looks like a book. We actually get some writing in there. Even the detailing on the book binding, great detail. Do you need a hand? We got extras. So we got the ones he comes with, open claws. Again, great detailing. We also get 2 fists. Pew, pew. And we also get this one extra hand, which I will be honest with you, took me a second to realize what it was for. It's his book holding hand. And again, looking at the detailing and the claws, it's great. All right, guys, heads or tails? So this is the second head he comes with, which is probably my favorite. Just before I get into the details of it, the hair sculpt is the same. There's nothing different about it. Just pull him back in. So there's a good side by side. You got his growling face. It's great because it's not a painted on mouth, it's sculpted. So there's a lot of teeth detail in there. And while I'm trying to talk, let's switch out his head, which, nice. Easy pop off. Here we have Goliath with the other head sculpt on. Personally, this is my favorite look because he's got that growl look, but you might have something different to say, so be sure to mention that in the comments. Let us know what you think. Tails up, bendable. We love it. The one small little detail I wish we would have had on the tail was a bit of shading. Maybe to kind of have a nice incorporation to the rest of the sculpt, but it's minor, just shading. What an awesome set of wings we have here. I hope you can see this because the detailing of the wingspan, you got a lot of texturing in there. You also have a bit of shading wash in there, but you also get a metallic wash in there to really highlight the wings. So if you are an action figure photographer, you are gonna get some awesome shots out of this figure. Taking a look at the back of it, we got some nice shading. There's no cheaping out on what we are getting with this figure. And you know, funny enough, every time I look at it, I see other little details. You see the creasing in the wings. You also get the veins going on. We are gonna get into some cons about the wings. As nicely detailed as they are, and we wanna hear your feedback in the comments because I feel like this is gonna be a big one. Molded plastic. I wish we had articulation. You know, we do got articulation with the wings moving back, forward, and swiveling around, but the wingspan, as huge and amazing as it is, I wish we could be able to fold the wings closed. But on the other hand, I get where NECA's coming from. You know, this is the first Goliath figure. We want everything from them. But, you know, with the reveal from NECA that we had for Bronx, we are getting the wings that go around his shoulder that look like the cape, which just gives us even more options for displaying. And it's gonna make your decision harder to how you wanna display them. So I wanna know from you guys, would you prefer the plastic wings, or would you rather have something articulated? Here we have the final look. His tail's in, his wings are on. I'm just at awe, and I'm sure, and hopefully you guys are feeling the same. The wingspan is huge. I'm gonna show you guys the movement of the wings, what you get out of it. Now, I don't know if you notice on camera, his head looks a little bit down. That could be from the wings being in the back, which explains why his hair is more of that soft good and not hard plastic. So his wings are pulled back just a little bit, but it does click and clack. Don't freak out, just be gentle. You can still get his head to look up, which is great with the wings still on there. Again, softer plastic hair reduces the restriction of motion. Wingspan, let's talk about it. From tip to tip, I can't see the front of that, so the number will be on your screen. $1.99 per minute. One thing you guys are probably wondering is he top heavy? I did get him to pose without tail support, but it's a lot of play. Here's where his tail comes in handy. It does offer some extra support, so when you have his wings up and out, you don't have to worry about him falling over. All right, final take. I love this figure. I can't get enough of it. You didn't see me on camera, but I've been playing around posing it. Got it in his final pose. I know, I'm a pro. So overall, I'm loving this figure. You know, if you are a fan of the 90s cartoon, you need to get this figure. We've come from the 90s to 2021. This is the detailing that we're getting. So big fan, you're gonna love it. So don't forget to, you know, this is my first video. I'm tired. Let's summon the pro.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
This works.
What works?
Jeez. The book.
I just saw you struggling, so I just came in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
What he's trying to say is, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because every month we are giving away a prize, and this guy right here is going to pick a winner. And this month we're giving away an Amazon gift card.
How much?
$50 US dollars. That's right.
$50?
Yes.
US?
50 big ones.
Wow. As always, thank you for watching, and have yourself a good night. Bye. Okay, that just looks weird. Is that Demona?
Or you Goliath to see me.